Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. If this is your first time seeing my face and you just happened to click on this video, I'm so glad you did. My name's Caroline. I mostly talk about books on my channel, so if that sounds like your thing, you should definitely stick around by hitting subscribe down below. Today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I want to read in December, specifically the ones that are Christmas related. I'm not only going to be reading Christmas books in December, but I feel like my window of time that I have to read these books is a lot smaller, so I'm definitely going to be prioritizing them, and I wanted to film a whole video just dedicated to these Christmas reads. I'm planning on filming a general winter TBR in a couple of weeks. I like to do seasonal TBRs because I am such a seasonal reader. So like I said, I'm prioritizing the Christmas reads, but the books I have on my winter TBR can of course be read in January, February, early March, so be on the lookout for that if you want some just general cozy, atmospheric, snowy setting type books. The first book I'm planning on reading is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I know this one was so popular last year and I really wanted to read it, but as per usual, I just had a million other things on my list, so I didn't get around to it, but I knew it was going to be first on my list for this December. This one's about a woman who stops to look at a window display, and this guy comes along and asks for her opinion of the windows, and she basically critiques it super hard, tells the guy that she does not like the window display at all, and tells him how she would redo it herself. And the guy just so happens to be either the owner or the manager of the store, and he likes her ideas for the window, so he ends up hiring her to redo the windows. And I think it's about their romance. So I read It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, and I really liked it, and I'm really curious to see how her writing is going to translate into a Christmas book. Tessa Bailey is also really well known for writing super steamy romances, so again, curious to see that in a Christmas book as well. The premise got me right away because I worked retail for a really long time, and one of the parts of my job was to do the windows, so I know how big of a deal windows are, and I critique store windows super hard, so I already relate to our main character. I've heard that the guy in this book was inspired by Ted Lasso, which I started watching that show this year, so again, I'm curious to see how that plays out in a steamy romance. I think it's going to be a fun time, and this is a super tiny quick read. It's like 270-ish pages, so I think I'll get through it super fast, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it. The next book I want to get to is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This one was also super big last year and I didn't get around to it, so definitely prioritizing it this December. I don't know too many details of the plot for this one. I just know that it involves a time loop kind of situation, and I think it's about a girl and her family going to this cozy Christmas cabin for a winter getaway, and she's reliving the same day over and over. I feel like Christina Lauren is another author that I'm really intrigued to see how their writing plays out in a Christmas book. So I feel like all of their books are so different from one another that you never really know how you're gonna like a book until you read it. So I am excited to read this one. This next book is probably the one I am most excited to read this December. It is brand new, it just got released, and I haven't heard anyone talk about it, so I'm excited to form an opinion without having anyone else's opinion affect my feelings. And this is Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. All I know about this book is that it's my favorite trope, friends to lovers. The two main characters are like in an airport setting on their way home to Ireland, so I love that vibe. I feel like the airport setting is so perfect for Christmas, and I love that they're from Ireland too. Any book where the characters are like from the UK or Ireland or it's set there is a win for me. And then I also heard someone say that this book is like if Emily Henry and Christina Lauren had a baby. So that's all I need to know about this for me to want to pick it up. I am very, very excited to read it, and I think that I want to do a holiday themed reading vlog reading these three books. So let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. Next, I want to get to The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. This one is about a set of twins, and they both love baking, but I think they live pretty different lifestyles. One of the twins, I believe, hosts a baking show, and then the other twin runs a bakery in like a small town, and I think the twin on the baking show ends up getting sick and losing her taste and smell, so the twins swap lives and I think they end up falling for the guy in the opposite twin's life. So it sounds like a super cliche, cheesy holiday story and perfect for this time of year. The next book I want to read is A Season for Second Chances by Jenny Bayliss. This is one I picked up solely because of the author. Jenny Bayliss wrote The 12 Dates of Christmas, which I read last year, and I absolutely loved that book. I thought it was so sweet. The plot was just so unique and such a fun story, and I think about that book all the time. It wasn't super hard-hitting or anything, but it was just such a sweet story, and it really stuck with me. So I wanted to pick up another Jenny Bayliss book this holiday season. I know she has a new one that came out this year. I think it's like something about mistletoe, but I wanted to pick up one from her backlist first. Maybe if I have time, I'll pick up her new release, but I'll probably save that one for next Christmas. Then I have Always in December by Emily Stone. This is one that I think is going to be a little more hard-hitting, so it'll probably be good to mix in with some of the fluffier rom-coms I have. This one's about a young woman whose parents passed away around Christmas time, so every year she writes them a letter that says "missing you always." And then one year on Christmas, she runs into this guy, and I think they have a little thing, but he ends up kind of ghosting her for some reason. And then after that, they run into each other in all these different places. It says they meet up again in New York, Edinburgh, the English countryside. So I think it's going to be a romance, but also touching on grief and some more topics with emotional depth. This next book, I don't have the physical copy yet. I currently have it on hold at my library, so I just need to go pick it up, and that is The Enchanted Sonata by Heather Dixon Walwork. I got this one recommended to me by Emmy on BookTube. She raved about this book, so I knew that I wanted to read it this holiday season. It is a retelling of The Nutcracker, which I am obsessed with The Nutcracker, and just hearing Emmy rave about this book and talk about it, it sounds so atmospheric. It has a candy emporium in it, so that's really all I need to know. I'm just very excited to read this one. And the last book on my Christmas TBR, I don't have the physical copy of this one yet because I'm waiting to make sure I can get to it first before buying it, but this is another new release that I've already been hearing a lot of buzz about. It's called 'Tis the Season for Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth, and I've heard this described as Legally Blonde but set at Christmas time, and after reading the synopsis, that sounds super accurate. So it's about this girl who's been dating her boyfriend for forever. She feels like they're about to get married, but then when the guy ends up making partner at his law firm, he breaks it off with her. He feels like he's too good for her. He needs someone more serious, and she's like the bubbly, fun personality of the couple. So to get revenge, she ends up dating the founding partner at the law firm, and it's totally giving Elle Woods and Warner vibes. It sounds like such a really fun holiday romance. So I hope that I can get through all these books so that I can read that one as well, because I've already heard good things about it, like I said. So hoping to get to that one. Alright guys, those are all the books that I am wanting to read this Christmas season. So that is going to conclude this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you're planning on reading this Christmas season to get in the holiday spirit. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.